And in Bayelsa State, Nigeria continues to record avoidable accidents on its waterways. The latest is the boat mishap in Taraba State. And why are Nigeria waterways so deadly? And what can the authorities do to stem the tide of this ugly incident? We have joining us from our Lagos studio, Kelvin Abbah. He is the officer in charge of marine at the National Inland Waterways. Hello, Kelvin. Thanks for joining us. What possible explanation can we give the safety from Niger State to Bayelsa, Bayelsa to Taraba, and of course, sometimes the Benue River in Adamawa too will have these accidents times too often? What are we not doing right?
Yeah, good evening, and thank you for having me. We have been having these challenges for the northern part almost recently. We here in Lagos, we have a training program for boat users, and this training for boat users enable them to know how to navigate properly, and also the safety compliance attitude that we engage them with is really helping them to either put on their life jacket before boarding, checking if at all their boat, their engine is adequate, safe and sound before starting any trip. So all these things we have put in place. So if, for instance, and we check that the captain is not properly licensed, we are not going to allow the person to use the boat or to carry lives. So we will ensure that this person, this captain go through our training, and he will be licensed for him to be able to use the waterway right. But in the northern part, that is what we are looking at in recent time. The recent accident, generally, either it is night sailing or it is overload. That is one of the challenge. Sometimes we have snacks under the water, and we have tree stump under the water. So, and they will not see all of these things. And I want to believe that the captain are not properly trained. So the National Inland Waterways, in its best interest, is looking at want to replicate what is happening in Lagos here. Want to replicate it over there in the north, whereby we'll create a training program for the boat captains, and also we want to the sensitization we are doing here regularly for boat captains and other water users. We want to intensify it over there, because we've been doing it, but I think it seems like they are not getting it right. So I think that is one of the biggest challenge that is happening over there.
Well, probably the NIWA, Nigerian Inland Waterways Authority, is not marshalling the waterways very well enough, like the vehicle inspection agency officers would, bestrides the roads, checking for vehicle licenses and the rest, and rickety, vehicles to get them off the road, even though the law courts have ruled that they don't have such jurisdiction. How much effectiveness do you bring into bear on these safety issues? Because we're not seeing any reduction. Nigerians are not seeing any reduction in boat accidents.
Yes, thank you. The situation in Lagos, you can attest to that the situation in Lagos is quite different, whereby we intensify sensitization program to the locals. We go to the canals, creeks, and other villages, and also there are life jackets that we give out regularly for all those boat users, most especially those in villages, creek, canals that cannot afford one for themselves. So over there, I want to believe that here, what we are doing here, what is making the Lagos to the accident is like in this year, we barely have any accident because I think if we have, it's just one also, and it's not really a really life-threatening accident. What we are doing in Lagos is that for you to put your boat on water, we have an inspection team, unit team that goes there to check the boat and certify if the boat is safety compliant. And if that boat is not safety compliant, we will not allow that boat, we will not certify that boat to go into water. And if such boat is being found, we impound the boat completely. So in the north, I guess what is happening in the north is that we need to replicate what we are doing here in Lagos. Over there in the north to intensify
I was just going to say that, Kelvin, that NIWA is not policing other waterways in the country. You are not.
Yes, like I said before, we have been doing it. It seems like they are not getting it right. We have been going around, like that's the one that happened in Kwara. Some of our inspection officers and some of our GM went there and all of that. They have been doing that. They have been talking to those people, sensitization program. But I want to believe what is really happening again. Why would they, if you check the number of passengers, it is 100 plus all the time. So my best guess is that maybe they have just very few boats. They have very few boats that convey them across. So what NIWA, I am very sure and very optimistic that what NIWA is trying to do right about now is to get a mass transit boat, and I think a lot of it, and to take it on the north. And that can also address that issue.
Okay. Very well said. But what kind of collaboration do you have with the Marine Police, in checking, overloading, making sure that the passengers are properly kitted, making sure also that these boats don't travel at night because they don't have good visibility or night light equipment to navigate the waters? Are you in any cooperative or joint effort with the Marine Police?
Yes, not necessarily with the Marine Police. We have a NIWA Police Command. The NIWA Police Command, and sometimes we do joint patrol with even Navy sometimes, and even the Marine Police sometimes. But NIWA itself has a police command that do all this police that go into water for patrol to ensure compliance, safety compliance. We've been doing that all the time. Lagos is very active. I want to believe that Lagos is very active, and that's why you can see what is happening in Lagos. The water accident is minimized here. So in our best interest, what we want to do, also we want to replicate. There is something we call joint task force that Lagos State did with other boat associations like Abuatin, Wabotan, and Maritime Worker Union, Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria. We have a collaboration. We call that Joint Task Force. What we do often, and we go with NIWA Police, we go to ensure safety compliance on water. We do that oftentimes. So I want to believe that this is what with our best interest, we will try to replicate this same system over there in the north. I want to believe this system that we have for the joint task force, I don't believe we have that over there in the north. So I hope that maybe very soon you will see that happening. You will see that happening, that this is what we want to replicate over there in the north to ensure that there will be no water accident as what we are having today.
Okay, very, very quickly, if you can attempt it in a sentence. How about the role of the Navy with NIWA? Any collaborative effort too?
Yes, we have been having a lot of collaborating effort with it, with the Navy. Our last outgoing MD, there was a joint collaboration he made with the with the Navy before leaving. So we have that beautiful relationship even here in Lagos.
All right, thank you so very much. We hope all the collaborations you've mentioned will come to bear and reduce these mishaps that we see involving hundreds of lives now and every time. Kelvin Abbah is a Marine officer with the Nigerian Inland Waterways Authority.